The central bank at the beginning of the year had mentioned that our GDP growth will be anywhere between 3.75% to 4.75%. Our best estimate at this point in time is that this fiscal year will grow at roughly 4%, which is much better than where we were in the last fiscal year at 3.1%. Notwithstanding the policy rate hike yesterday by 100 basis points on account of the inflationary discussion, our debt servicing cost this year is going to be much less compared to what we had budgeted. So that again gives us a fiscal space to do other things in terms of going forward in our budget allocations. But what I really, given the audience here, what I really want to dwell on is the external account. Our current account in March was a little over $1 billion, which meant that the first 9 months of this fiscal year, we are also current account surplus. And it matters. It matters because it's on the back of the underlying drivers. The IT export services continue to lead the export journey in a very big way. The value-added segments on the export side also continue to show positive delta. Our remittances continue to go from strength to strength. In March, we had remittance flows of about $3.8 billion. Of course, there's a spike here because of Ramadan and Eid, but normalized is about $3.2 billion per month. And I'll come to the last of it at a later stage. Another avenue which has really sprung up in the last couple of months is the Russian digital account. Now that is a different client segment compared to the remittances. Remittances are essentially blue-collar workers and Pakistanis who are working in various parts of the world. The Russian digital account is essentially a lifestyle investment debt flow. And people can bring that money in and they can take it out whenever they want. They don't need MOF, they don't need state bank approvals. Normally we have seen that flow averaging about $180 to $200 million. In the month of March, we clocked $260 million of these inflows. And if I look at the situation as we close out April, it's going to be much larger than where we closed March. Now, the other thing is that April, the month that we are closing now, was a heavy month in terms of repayments. We had the Eurobond repayment. We repaid one bilateral partner in terms of maturities. We got some additional support for another bilateral partner. But this is also a month in which we accessed the private placement Eurobond market after a gap of 4 years. And we printed $750 million, which has obviously helped in terms of our FX reserves and FX situation. And we're not going to stop there. We are in the final stages of the inaugural Panda bond. This is going to be roughly $250 million worth of R&D. If all goes well, by the middle of the day, we will have printed that as well. And we have also announced our GMBN program over the next 2 to 3 years, where we are going to access Eurobonds, Sukuks, and for the first time, we are going to make an attempt at dollar-settled rupee-linked bond, because that's a lot of feedback that we receive from institutional investors that has been a missing link in terms of our contract bond. This external account situation is important. We will be at $60 billion at the end of this month, and as the Governor of the Central Bank mentioned in his after the Monetary Policy Committee discussion yesterday, that we are quite clear that our reserves are going to be at $18 billion at the end of June. That will take us to roughly 3 months of import cover, which is a great international benchmark. Now the reason I'm dwelling on this, when we talk about macro stability, because from my perspective, this is basic hygiene. All of you who are here today, you want that your profits can be repatriated, dividends can be repatriated. It's important for the local investors, it's important for foreign investors, and this is the only way forward from macro stability into sustainable growth as we go forward. All right, so there's a lot of discussion about, whether applicability to structural reforms. These are all areas, and I'm just going to go through very, very quickly in terms of these structural reforms. On the taxation side, is people, process, technology. We have a long way to go in terms of reforming our taxation system, but we have been able to move the needle in terms of tax to GDP ratio. We have been able to improve the overall absolute revenues by deepening and widening the tax base, and a lot of this is technology-led. So AI-led digital monitoring, AI-led CRM, and that has helped us plug a lot of leakages in the system. It's something which is still, in progress. Digital, I think this is very critical.
मनाज़र इस वक्त आप देख रहे हैं। वफाकी वज़ीर ख़ज़ाना मोहम्मद औरंगज़ेब पाकिस्तान यूरोपीय यूनियन बिजनेस फोरम से इस्लामाबाद में खिताब कर रहे थे। उन्होंने कहा, पायदार माशी इस्तेहकाम की जानिब हमारा सफ़र जारी है। माशी शोबे में स्ट्रक्चर